10 inches of rain, 7 people dead, hundreds forced out of their homes by rising waters. New Haven was among the areas with severe problems. Here's David Diaz.
People in New Haven used to think of the West River as a placid little stream, but not anymore. Not after they saw it turn into a raging rapids that crumpled asphalt and concrete as if they were cardboard, ripped through bridges, and hurled objects as big as a van, hundreds of feet, as if they were mere stones. The sudden surge of the waters brought many surprises, among them this, a roof which does not belong to any of the buildings in this backyard. In fact, it's estimated that this roof comes from a garage approximately a quarter of a mile upstream. What stunned people here the most was how suddenly the water rose on them. George Crocco, along with some of his 40 employees at the Standard Tool and Die, tried to contend with the rising tide.
The water rose 5 feet in 15 minutes. Unbelievable. I just don't know how it happened.
Crocco estimates the damage to his operation at $50,000, not counting production time that will be lost. But further downstream, it was lives that were almost lost. John Hart recalls what it was like trying to get his parents out of their home.
Water just kept on pouring right through, and started taking the porch apart, foundation apart. People were trying to get back and forth the street, you know, getting to the houses over here, and we're helping the people cross the street and stuff. Some people were floating down and stuff, and
people floating down?
Yeah, you know, losing the balance, and the water was so great, just pushing some of the people down here.
While some residents were calling on the city to get help pumping basements and getting power restored, the Hart family and others were finding that money to finance reconstruction is much harder to come by.
It would be literally impossible, legally impossible for us to assist a family of that kind. The state or the federal government or both would have to assist them. And of course, I'm hoping against hope, I'm hoping desperately that the president will do something for them.
David Diaz, News 4, New Haven, Connecticut.
Governor O'Neill has declared a state of emergency and is asking the state be declared a federal disaster area. Now, that would release federal funds to help businesses recoup.
Still ahead tonight, new information into the killings of those 3 CBS employees on a Manhattan pier. The United Nations opens its week-long session on nuclear disarmament.
In Connecticut tonight, swollen rivers and flooded lowlands continue to absorb the runoff of a record torrent of rain yesterday and today. 7 people are either missing or dead as a result of those rampaging waters, and more than 1,300 have been forced to evacuate their homes as the downpour buried cars and the lower floors of homes.